Hello, Bootsy Greenwood here, and I'm breaking down Reality Transurfing a chapter at a time. Right now, we're going to talk about coordination. We're really starting to get into the nuance sort of stuff and things that are going to take a lot more in-depth, just discovery of as we go along in our transurfing practice. And we're going to discover more and more. There's tons and tons to learn. And this chapter really couldn't come at a better time for me because right now, I'm just really excited. I've got a bunch of stuff going on and I just want to blab about it. And I've just got heaps just that I've got like a video rendering. I'm shooting this video and then I'm uploading a video all at the same time. And oh my goodness. So there's just so much going on. So I've got all this desire and excess potential. So what a perfect time for me to talk a little bit about coordination because as we all know, excess potential and all this desire that we drum up is the thing that keeps us from reaching our goal. It creates balancing forces. So he opens up the chapter talking about the insecurity labyrinth, okay? Now, if you're insecure, if you're really down on yourself, there's no way you can do anything. You're so out of it and just sad. I mean, you're just a hard case at that point, you know? There's just nothing that the world's going to do either because it's a reflection of you. So it's not going to support you in that way because you're insecure. You don't believe. You can't coordinate if you have no faith. At the end of the chapter, he says, according to your faith, be it unto you. We're getting a little biblical. Hey, I hope you guys are okay with that. The insecurity labyrinth is all about navigating that and finding a balance between confidence and insecurity. Now, insecurity and confidence. Now, confidence is something we need to have a little bit of confidence in ourselves and confidence. We want to have confidence in these processes, but we don't want to be overconfident, right? Being overconfident is never good. That creates, again, excess potential and balancing forces, and pride always goes before a fall. That's why we always give our credit to our guardian angel, right? So here we are again. We're seeing two sides of something, this dual reality thing, and we don't want to be over here and we don't want to be over here. We want to ride and surf this middle line. We want to ride there. We want to be right in the middle. We want to abandon confidence and insecurity and just coordinate, okay? Allow the world to be there for you, helping support you on your way to your goal. As you see your slide, you take steps, you're taking action, you're doing whatever you can think of with your mind to get you to your goal while your heart is just beaming and you're just visualizing and you're sensing and you're already there emotionally. You're emotionally already at your goal and you're just using your mind to think of all the different things that you can do to just put action behind it, right? We want to go with the flow. We want to just never fight the water. We don't want to fight against something. You know, when he's talking about this insecurity labyrinth, this is something that's very real. When you're in a high stress situation, like I used to work in restaurants, some of the most high stress you could be, like a bartender on a Friday night and it's busy and there's just tickets and then there's more tickets and then you get tense and then you can't work and then, you know, this is this constricting thing. You know, we've seen it a bunch it's just constricting. It's just smaller and smaller and smaller. And you try to tighten, the more you try to tighten, it's like trying to pick up water. And the harder you try to pick it up, the more it slips through your hands. So you can't do that. We got to go with the flow. And then we're just going to doggy paddle, right? We're going to step to the letterbox a step at a time, you know. We're going to head to the newspaper stand. I'm sure some people still do that. So calmly take what's yours. There's no sense in making a big hullabaloo about it. If I walk into a shop and I'm like, hey, that's my special order, you know, and people, maybe security's like, hey, dude, we're going to have to ask you to leave. And my special order is just there waiting on me. Like, just relax and calmly take what's yours. One thing that's really interesting, provocation pendulums, okay? So there's these micro pendulums too. There's the macro ones, and there's these little ones that are kind of shooting around, you know? And these things will irritate you, and it's almost like they just push your buttons. It's like if you've ever had a significant other that just knew how to just, and then you just, And so one good way to get away from that is to just view it in a different, try to view it in a different way. So the vaudeville lifeline is something that's kind of my walk. That's what I try. That's what I really took from transurfing, among all these other concepts, is a vaudeville lifeline. Me and my friends and my family, we all have a pretty good sense of humor, and it's pretty easy for me to laugh at myself. So even when I get swept up in that pendulum and I start to get mad, once I realize it, once I wake up, I start I'm like, God, I'm such an idiot. Like, why? How could I get swept up into the small view of things, right? When there's such a bigger view. Look, dude, at the end of this thing, smack, right back into the water. We become, infinite joy again, or whatever the hell happens, But these provocation pendulums will literally impose thoughts on you. Like, they will literally, so addiction might be a really good example, right? I used to be a smoker myself. I smoked almost 2 packs of cigarettes a day, and I quit about 6 or 7 months after I read Transurfing the first time. So a couple years ago now. I put on some weight, but that's starting to come off. Hey, that's the dues, But literally, these thoughts like, oh, I'll just have one more, these kind of things, these pendulums know. As if they're conscious, but that's not your thought, that's you being completely under its spell. There's no way you're getting into that. All you need is the will to have. That's all you need, is the will to have. It's yours. It already belongs to you. Just go and take. It's just that simple. Take what's yours and never use force. Allow the world to support you. Believe in the world. Believe in this process, and it will work for you. Let go of control, and you will have control within letting go of control. Paradoxical, but that's how it works. Now, how to release desire. Sometimes you can't. That's fine. Be human. Enjoy feeling the desire and that excitement. But if you want to try to release desire, if you can't, you're having a hard time, first of all, the harder you try not to care about something, yep, you guessed it. Now we're in one of these constricting things, and you're just trying to pick up water. You're fighting, you're clinching. This is not what we want. Look, we're only here the one time. Again, bam, back into the water, dude. Back into the ocean. We're here in a droplet form. Here, enjoy it. It's fun, okay? And if you want to try and release desire, a good practice is to accept defeat in advance. Pretend like it didn't happen. Don't over pretend like it didn't happen, because then that can become a slide. But if you're like, hey, I really want this thing, and then you're like, how would I feel if I didn't get it? Okay, I can resolve that. Now I can move forward, and I'm okay with not getting it. And you're way more likely to get it. Imagine that. Whoa, the paradox, the will to have, let go, never force, allow, okay? We want to use faith. We want to use faith to allow us to get to our goal, okay? Because we can't convince the mind of anything, okay? I can't trick my mind, even if I say it 100,000 times, an amalgam and a mantra and every single day, right? I can't do it, but I can pretend. So I can make it a game with my mind. I can say, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try this thing out, okay? We're gonna test this theory, okay? And we're gonna go with yes or no, but never maybe, okay? Maybe is just gonna keep you in the middle, right? You can be here or you can be here, but you will never be here. There's no such thing. So we need to put ourselves in the slide, pretend, feel as though live there, feel it now, feel that way now. And activate the plate when you do it too, now that you know that, right behind your shoulder blades. And just allow that thing to do. And then in our conscious time, we use our mind that is incredibly gifted at taking old things and recreating, new structures out of it. And we do anything we can think of to help us get to our goal. And when one of those things doesn't work out like we thought it did, we don't cry like a little baby, okay? We just say, oh, well, that one didn't work. We go to the next one, we try that. And that one doesn't work. Next one, try that. Sometimes you gotta fail forward fast. That's just how it is. So at the end of the chapter, he starts talking about how there are positive and negative lifelines for every, so it's basically like for every cause, there's an equal effect, right? So think of an action as a seed. And the seed can be either positive or negative. That's what the seed could be. And, guess what? It's up to you which one it is. It's either going to be positive because you said it was positive, or it's going to be negative because you said it was negative. This is part of the observer effect. This is based on quantum physics. So there's all these positive lifelines if we choose them. Oh no, I didn't get that thing. Cool. There's going to be a better thing. There's something that I don't know about because I can't know everything. That's better. That's down the road. This is going to lead to a better future for me. Period. If we make that decision, it's that way every time. Oh man, I didn't get this thing. It's the end of my career. I'll never be an actor now. That's it. Boom. Guess what? Guess where we are now? Right? Whereas if we continue to choose positively, who knows how high we can go? We can accomplish things that we never even thought possible. You know how people, when they receive awards or Grammys or whatever, they're like, I just never thought it was possible. And it's like so cliche, but it's true. It's because they're transurfing. They don't know it. They're going in there. They're putting their hours in, I mean, Matthew McConaughey is a beautiful man, but he goes to acting class, Like, there's a lot of pretty people out there. He's not the only one. So anyway, but that's what we're dealing with here, all right? We want to coordinate. We want to use faith. We want to trust the process, as they say. We want to say, hey, we believe that we have exactly what we need to be ourselves. I mean, of course we do. How could we not? So there's no reason to feel insecure. We're who we are. We're perfect. So don't feel insecure, and then don't be arrogant thinking you can do it all yourself, right? It's a confidence thing. It's not really confidence so much, right? But it's like overconfidence. I could do it all by myself, and I don't need any help from anybody. Well, you're going to fail. You're done. You might as well be walking the plank. So go with the flow. Take what's yours. According to your faith, be it unto you. I don't know. If I can think of some other biblical lines, I would. All right, check me out on Patreon. I'm also on Gumroad. And I'm going to continue to be breaking these chapters down. Big announcements are forthcoming. And I'm really excited to have you all as subscribers. Please share, tell your friends, and, drop some questions down in the comments section, some comments as well. I really appreciate all of you for watching the videos. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.